equipment, we need to have infrastructure, we need to have human resource for health. But we must discuss how do we make money, or how do we get money to finance all this.
I agree with you. We have to discuss how to finance healthcare. But I'm looking at a crisis in your hand that you're not going to be able to solve if at all they don't get what they want. So that's why I'm asking. There are people, perhaps the 50 were asking you, but the bigger picture, because tomorrow, in solidarity with the same interns and all these issues, we have public hospitals, Kenyatta, Moi, and the rest, joining in the strike. So tomorrow, by tomorrow morning, you will have a bigger crisis in your hand, because just the other day, you toured and there were doctors. But now, they're saying tomorrow we are joining in solidarity. That is the latest from the doctors. So I'm seeing a crisis in your hand that you're not going to be able to solve, and you're not going to progress a discussion on how to improve healthcare without solving this elephant in the room. Was
you know,
that's my issue.
I'm surprised. Why are you saying I'm not to be able to resolve?
Because they are joining.
Are you underestimating my capacity to resolve
instead
this
of
crisis?
Looking at the solutions that you're giving, and I'll ask for the practical solutions, instead of 7 days later, the others are joining. That is a crisis, Waziri.
I have a plan. One of the things that the court ordered is a one nation approach discussion. Why did the court order for that one nation discussion approach? Because this matters. We must look at Ministry of Education. That is where these pre-interns have come from.
Yeah.
We must look at the pipeline. How many students can we onboard in a university? After that, can we be able to take all of them as interns? After that, can we now absorb them as employees? That is a conversation that needs to be taken. So we have Ministry of Education on the table. We have Treasury. How do we finance all these issues? Treasury is there. We have Ministry of Labor. How do we manage these labor issues? We have Ministry of Public Service. These people are ideally employed by public service.
Okay.
You know, that is why tomorrow we have everybody on the table, including the KMPDU, the union. The meeting has been called for tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. So, for you to say that we have a crisis that we are not going to manage, it's premature. What we are supposed to be discussing, and what I would ask the unions is, avail yourself for these meetings. And by the way, it's not just that one only. There's a conciliator meeting that is going on. And for your information, today, my ministry hosted the union on CBA negotiation.
Another CBA.
So don't assume that nothing is happening and will not manage this crisis.
You know,
there are many things that are happening.
You know, we report a lot of these issues here.
Yes.
And the hospital, there are women going back. I just have a friend who had to leave Nakuru to come and find a private hospital in Nairobi.
Yes.
Because the hospital that she would have gone to has no doctors.
Let me explain to you. In fact, beyond that, today, when they went to KUTRRH, there was a lady who was in maternity, waiting for delivery. The doctor who was handling that lady abandoned her. The lady who was just about to deliver. The doctor abandoned her. The lady had to be put in an ambulance to a private hospital. Do you know that lady is a wife's doctor? So the doctor, the husband now, was quarreling the doctor colleague who abandoned the wife. So in this matter, we need to be rational. And that is why one of the orders of the court was, can we look at bare minimum services, emergency services that cannot stop?
Is it happening?
And that discussion is ongoing with the conciliator. So that then we agree, we say, okay, if these issues we are not able to handle in the shortest time possible, this must continue to happen as we wait to resolve this issue.
Okay.
Those doctors have parents. Those doctors that are on the strike have relatives. I have just given you a classic example of a wife's doctor who had gone to deliver. So this doctor had to have a personal conversation with a colleague doctor on why he abandoned the wife.
One of the things they said today is it's not time for promises. It's time for action.
Yes.
What is the action? You've told me the elaborate plan that you have, all the stakeholders on the table. But what is the interim decision that you're making today to ensure that it's not just a promise, it's actually an implementable plan tonight?
One of them is posting of interns. By the way, you have projected the numbers, and you're talking about doctors only. There are other cadres of interns.
They were all running.
They were all running.
Yeah, they were all running, yes.
One of the things that is down there is clinical officer interns.
Yes, the 115, you can bring it back.
the clinical officer
Yes.
interns.
Yes.
Those are about 1,200 clinical officer interns.
Yes, they'll bring it back, yes.
Yes. Previously, these clinical officer interns on internship, they used to get a stipend of 15,000.
Okay.
That has been enhanced now. When I made my justification to SRC, they are going to get 35,000.
Beryl, could you bring the one for SRC, the numbers that is in the letter from SRC, so that we can see those numbers as she tells us, yes.
They were getting 15,000
Yeah.
as a stipend. Right now,
Yes. Clinical officer, diploma holders, intern, 35,000 from 27,000.
No.
Yeah.
This is the proposal.
Yeah.
Minimum 27, highest 35.
35, yes.
Previously, they were getting 15,000.
Okay.
From what we submitted to Treasury,